I finally got the kids to bed. It's 10:30 at night. I've got my glass of wine. And I'm going to teach you a few things about what I use for facial masks. It's one of the products that I use I've been using for many years, at least 20 years, if not longer, and it's been around for that long. Again, this is about Frugal tips. So the products that I use are really inexpensive, and they work really, really well. They really draw out the toxins out of your skin. I actually happen to have acne-prone skin, and when I notice that my skin is getting really pimply, I'll do one of these facials, and usually a day or two after, it might get a little more pimply, so you don't want to do this right before you have a special event, a wedding or something like that. You want to do it at least a week prior so your skin's all clear for the event. So I'll just show you the two masks that I use. This is the one that I've been using for many, many years. You can get it at any drugstore. I think you can get it at Walmart. It is Queen Helene Mint Julep Mask. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this one. I've been using it for many years, and it really works really well. It's green. It looks like green mud. The other one that I just came across fairly recently, within the last 2 years, is named Health and Beauty Aztec Secret Indian Healing Clay. And the Indian Healing Clay is actually bentonite clay. Bentonite clay has a lot of different uses. I actually buy a big bag of bentonite clay for when we have stomach bugs. And you can take bentonite clay internally. You can actually drink it to help if you have any sort of stomach issues, or if you want to do a detox cleanse. You can also put it in your bath if you have some sort of stomach bug going through your house. I always add that. In addition to Epsom salts, I'll add a little bentonite clay to the bath. And that really helps with stomach issues. This bentonite clay, which is the same bentonite clay actually, when you open it up, you see it comes in powder form. I don't want to turn it all the way. It's already starting to fall out. It's actually a powder. And I will show you how you mix it to make it turn into a facial. So I actually had some makeup on earlier today. So I'm going to go ahead and I need to wash my face a little bit. And what I do right before I put on a mask is I usually just use Dove soap. I just like plain Dove soap if I'm just doing a light facial wash. This is my regular face cleanser, which I love. This is my everyday face cleanser, oil-free acne wash by Neutrogena. It's grapefruit. It works really well. It's a little bit exfoliating, but it's not super exfoliating. If you're looking for something a little bit more exfoliating, I use this almost daily as well. You could use this daily as long as you don't scrub too hard, but I'll kind of go back and forth between this product and the Neutrogena grapefruit, and I don't have problems. It doesn't make me break out maybe because I've been using both for so many years. The Neutrogena I just started using a few years ago. This is another product that I've been using for maybe 15 years or so, and again, I have super sensitive, super acne-prone skin. This one is St. Ives Blemish Control Acne Scrub. Apricot. I'm sure you've heard of it or seen it. I love this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and wash my face with some Dove soap. I'm not going to use those cleansers since I'm about to do a facial, which is going to bring the toxins out of my skin. I don't think I need to use one of those deep exfoliating face cleansers right now. Now that my face is washed, you can probably see some of my pimples are uncovered. But now that my face is a little bit washed with the soap, I'm going to go ahead and put the facial on. The only step that I'm going to skip, which you cannot skip when you do it, but just for the video's sake, I'm going to skip it. You soak your face with a nice warm washcloth for a good amount of time, for at least 5 minutes. I'll make the washcloth pretty hot, not too hot because you don't want to burn your skin, and too much heat can actually give you wrinkles. But you get it good and warm, and you soak that on your skin, and then I'll probably do it 2 to 3 times. I'll make it warm again and hold it on my skin, which really opens up your pores. before you put the mask on. So the first mask that I'm going to do, which I actually have been using this one more than the Queen Helene lately because I just love it. I'm going to do this Aztec Secret mask first. So you just open up the Aztec Secret mask. You need a bowl to mix it. You actually have to make the mask yourself. You take about a spoonful. A little goes a long way. So you can always mix more. I find I always put too much in. So just keep that in mind. You can always add more. You really don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. I do about a spoonful in the bowl. You put a spoonful in the bowl, and then you actually mix it with apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar has so many great health properties. I use apple cider vinegar every single day. I use it in the bath. I put it in my girls' bath every single day. It pulls toxins out of the body. It alkalizes the body, which means when we eat junk food and processed food and things like that, it really just messes with your body. It helps if you have any sort of yeast issues, fungus issues, acne. It helps just dry some of your acne out. So I put this in the bath for my kids every single day, and I take a detox bath with Epsom salts and apple cider vinegar at least once a week. You can also take it internally, which I don't do too often, but I'm going to try to start reading up more on that with apple cider vinegar and baking soda, which helps alkalize the body internally, which can help with cancer prevention. So we'll talk more about that later. The apple cider vinegar, you really, just like the powder, a little bit goes a long way. You don't need a lot. You only need a little drop. I've learned my lesson with that. So you just pour just a little bit. You can't really mess up here. If you add too much, you can always add some more bentonite clay and it'll thicken it up. This is the first time I'm using this. It's not a baster. I have the worst mommy brain. I don't even remember what this thing's called, but it's the first time I'm using this tool for my kitchen. So I'm mixing it with this, and I thought it would be easier to paint my skin with this. This actually turned out really good. It bubbles up when you put it in, whatever, I don't know what it does chemically or biologically, but when the apple cider vinegar hits the clay, it bubbles up, and you just mix it up into a paste. So you can have it as thick as you want or as thin as you want. I like it to be relatively thick. And then you just put it on your skin. And okay, so this mask is going to you're going to feel it working. You're going to feel it going deep down into your pores. It's going to tingle. It might even burn a little bit, but my motto in life is no pain, no gain. It should not burn tremendously. If it is burning tremendously, rinse it off. If you have any sort of allergy to this product, obviously don't use it. But being that it is vinegar, it is going to burn a little bit. But and it does cause your skin to get a little bit red. But it works really well. Pulls everything out, and it just really makes you look younger, like right away. As soon as you finish with the mask, I notice my skin is really tight and firm and looks really good and has a really nice rosy red glow. So you put this all over your nose. Don't put it right under your eyes. You never want to put any sort of strong products under there. But like I said, I have a lot of acne, so I put it all over my whole face. The only area that I avoid is under my eyes. I do right here near my ears. I get a lot of pimples right there, and I'll do my neck because I get pimples on my neck. So you lather it on pretty good, probably more than I have on right now, and then you let it dry. And with this product, once it's dry, again, you'll feel it tingling. You might feel it burning a little bit, which is good as long as it's not burning too badly. But then you rinse it off with lukewarm water, and you're done. The next mask, and the only other facial mask that I use, is the Queen Helene Mint Julep Mask, which I'm going to show you how to put on. I actually have a special technique that I do with this that, again, I've been doing for years. I don't want to hear any naysayers. I don't know if this is the wrong thing to do, but this is what I do. And again, it works great. My skin looks great after I do it. I don't know if you can see from the last mask. I didn't leave it on the full amount of time, but I have like a slight rosy glow from that mask. If I left it on a little longer, it would be a little bit more glowing. So with the mint julep mask, you don't do these in tandem. You don't do both. You pick one or the other. So this is also almost like a clay, and you just, again, you've soaked your skin for 5 to 10 minutes with a warm washcloth, and you just put this one on. I like to put it on pretty thick. This one's actually drying out a little bit, the mask. I've had it for a while. With this, if that's the case, you can add a little bit of water, which should help it spread a little easier. So you put this one on all over your face, same places that you would put the other one. I like it to be on, this one should not be as dry as it is. It's gotten a little dry over time, but I don't know if you can see, I like this to go on a little thicker than the last mask. So I put this on my entire face, same places. The only place I avoid is under the eyes. And then I'm going to come back and show you once this is all on and once it's dry what I do next. Okay, so now that I have the entire facial on, it's not as thick as I usually do. I like to put it on pretty thick, but it's good enough for the video. You can put it on as thick or as thin as you want. It's actually not fully dry. It would look a little bit more white than this if it were fully dry. Again, I love these inexpensive products. I have expensive products. I'm not adverse to them, but I have found these to work really well. I'm on a budget. I'd rather spend, honestly, a couple $100s or more on a purse and save my money where I can. I love bags and shoes. So I'm going to take, now that my facial is dry, then I take this St. Ives Blemish Apricot Scrub, and right over the dry mask, I will scrub all over the dry mask. I don't add water yet. I give myself a good exfoliation right over the dry mask. And I always scrub a little bit extra the places that I tend to get pimples, on my chin, right here, a little bit on my nose, not too hard on my forehead, all over it. I scrub it really well, not too hard. You don't want to hurt your skin. You don't make yourself bleed. But I scrub it in, and once I've scrubbed the mask, I rinse it off with lukewarm water. Once you've rinsed the mask off, you just pat your skin dry. With the green mask, you're probably going to need to use a washcloth. It's just harder to just rinse it with water. You need to use the washcloth to wipe the mask off, especially if you add the facial scrub to it, because it's almost like a paste. And then when you're done, you pat your skin dry. And if you're planning to go anywhere, the extra step that I always take is to lightly wash my face with Dove soap, because the green mask has sort of a strange, it's not bad, it's just sort of a strange smell. So I will just lightly wash my face with some Dove soap, and that takes that right away. So now you're actually good to go. You can put your moisturizer on, or you can just leave it. You can put your makeup on after this. Here's a product that I really love that you can use. Again, I have pretty sensitive skin, but I've been using this, again, for 20 years at least. This is GNC brand Vitamin E ointment. It's always been right around $1. I think it was $1 when I was younger. Now it's up to like $1.25. I will put this, if I'm not going out, I will put this all over my skin after I've had a facial. Great for scars. If you have any sort of cut, first of all, make sure it always stays out of the sun. That will make it scar a lot worse. But put the vitamin E on religiously, and it truly helps heal. And it's great for chapped skin. I put it on my kid's face. I put it on all sorts of cuts and burns, and it's great for scar protection, and it helps with wrinkles, and it helps with your skin. So I'll put it on lightly after I put the mask on. I also put it under my eyes at night before I go to bed. So it has a lot of different uses. If you are planning to go out, I'm going to show you my facial moisturizer, again, that I've been using for years. My husband gets acne. He was a naysayer. Now this is the only thing he uses. It's Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. This stuff actually clears my skin. I feel like if I have pimples, and especially if I run out of this for a few days, I get more pimples. But it has some silic acid in it. So just be careful if you're using other silic acid products. But I use this moisturizer every single day, and I will use it after I do the facial if I'm going out. And I do this every single morning after I wash my face before I put my makeup on. So that's basically it for my facials. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped.